Hey everybody, this is Dustin, Urban Specialist. So today I'm looking at a Keystone Voltage, and this is a 2014 build, but it's sold as a 2015. And I want you to go check out our longer video on this where we talked about the unit being totaled. It had rat damage in the roof, came in for a roof to be resheeted and replaced to a tree branch, but we found 13 or plus areas on the roof that's all dry rotted, rat damage inside the ceiling, which is also going to mean throughout the underbelly and throughout all the walls, the interior walls. But during this, when the owners came in, they said, hey, it's been lifted. Is it possible to adjust our pin box? And let's go take a look at the suspension and see why. So not that the owners did this, but the previous owners or previous party that had it took and put a lift on here. And when we say this is a homemade lift, anybody out there can weld. Whoops, I'm catching some spider webs. But basically what they did is they added like a 4-inch drop of metal in here. So you can see that bar. They added that in there. And then on top of that, they took and they put like a 6-inch drop or whatever that is, 5.3/8 or whatever that tallest hanger is, a drop to extend that. So now they've basically took the frame and they've extended that. That's my fingers, they extended that this whole distance. And so that takes and changes the geometry for the whole coach. Now they went ahead and used like an angle bracket, and they went across most of the loose spring hangers to try to reinforce that. But that's not the proper way to do that. By this thing being extended the way it is, this already has a 12-inch I-beam on it. And so you're taking this pressures and you're moving this stuff to where it can now fracture the I-beams. It can fracture and warp and distort the actual center of the I-beam. And we do a ton of frame repairs down here as it is already for stock stuff. So this unit, you can tell it's been painted because I can see the spray paint and stuff on there. But, this is technically not safe. I mean, if the highway patrol seen this, they would probably say, hey, this is a no-go. Again, here's another view of it. I don't know how well my camera's picking it all up, but they literally put a box in there and then just used angle iron and, put multiple cross pieces on that. So again, that's not what you want to do. Also, this unit has, the old version of the Equiflex on there. And then as you can see, the springs, some of the keepers on the springs have shifted. As well as, the springs itself, it looks like they've lost a little bit of their arch. They're still there and they're still arched, but you'd have to measure it. So it's not a good thing to do, just because you know how to weld, or just because you think, hey, I can just throw a piece in there and I can extend this on there. You're throwing everything off, You're actually causing yourself more damage, or to become an issue where it could be unsafe for travel. There's a proper way to do this, but this is not the way that you would normally do that. So you would make a complete subframe on it. You'd probably go back and reinforce the I-beams. So when I say reinforce the I-beams, these guys here, you would take those off, and you would probably take whatever the distance of that is. Let's just call it an inch. You'd probably take like whatever the length this is, 100 plus inches. You would take and put another tube across that, stitch weld that all the way down, both on the side as well as the bottom, to give it more reinforcement to the eye to keep it from walking. You may even add additional gussets or whatever up top, or outriggers if you want to call them outriggers, and then so on. So, all right, well, stay tuned for more. I just wanted to capture this to let you know, hey, we see all kinds of crazy suspension modifications, and some of it, whether it be another shop not knowing what they're doing, or just, sure, I can do that, instead of just saying, hey, can it be done? Sure, it could be done. But if that ever caused damage, or they got in a wreck from this, and they seen that it was modified and it wasn't done in a proper way, obviously if you called Keystone and said, hey, look what I did, is that right? They're going to say absolutely not. At that point, if you buy a unit and your unit is not tall enough for your truck, and you have some crazy lifted truck, well, guess what? You shouldn't be towing something that's this long behind a truck that's lifted in the first place. You're talking about getting so squirrely and getting in a wreck. It happens. We see it all the time on Facebook and TikTok and Twitter and all the other, or X and all the other platforms nowadays. So, all right, well, stay tuned for more. And again, like I said, this was a 14 build. This is 2015. This thing is a 39.7. So probably from the pin box to the bumper is probably 40 plus feet. And with the cap nose that starts here and extends clear out to here, I would say it's probably close to a 45 footer or 43 footer probably. All right, well, stay tuned for more, and thanks for joining us with Dustin, RV Specialist.